lot of people call me a hypocrite because I work on cars. I run an automotive shop. Big greenie, and you work on cars. Well, see, the thing is, I get people's cars, and they need a car up here.
Right.
They get their car in the shop, and then they're trapped, and I just hammer them with like green facts. You know,
okay, that's the I get that. I get
it's
that.
Hilarious. Oh my god, some of the people.
That's
I had a couple of like real pro Trumps in the other day. It was just stellar.
In Canada.
And they can't go because I got their car, right? I helped a lot of people get to Christmas this year. It's people really depend on their cars, and they're really stressed and stretched out. I think this warm weather is kind of a blessing in disguise in that it reduced the stress level on everyone, in that their heating bills were less. I really think this summer, the potential to be hotter than anyone could even possibly imagine it's getting closer and closer where that is going to occur in my mind. The time is kind of really short for people like us to really make a difference. And Sandy, I really think you do. I can't tell you how much I've learned from your channel and how much fun I have had with all of these people here. I couldn't not participate in this. Even, I look like a clown, like who cares? Like
we love you
really
too.
Grateful to be here. I got a good scam too. Let's create a fake political party and take over Canada. And it's easy to do. I'll tell you how you do it. All you have to do is show people how their lives will become wealthier by adopting 21st century technologies because of climate change. If you could show people how producing their own power, i.e. with solar or whatever, at home, providing their own electricity bill, it will make them wealthy. That's an easy sell. In Canada, because we already have all this crap. And, I mean, politicians are, what's the old joke? How can you tell when a politician's lying and their lips are moving? Well, it's all about money. They promise you the moon, but once they get elected and into power, they're powerless to do anything. And Canada is incredibly diverse because not only do we do politics, we do it twice in 2 different languages. Right. I think we are so fucked. I really think summer 2024 is going to be the year, baby. I think we're done. The old joke, how can you tell when a politician's lying and their lips are moving? Well, it's all about money. They promise you the moon, but once they get elected and into power, they're powerless to do anything. And Canada is incredibly diverse because not only do we do politics, we do it twice in 2 different languages.
Yeah,
right?
True.
It's insane. Canada was built as a country to be a playground for the world's global elite. The railroad that went across it, it's the Formula One of railway cars. They were aluminum way back in the 40s and 50s, just so that the Queen could run around and look at the fucking mountains and the animals, deer, and all that crap. But now, now we don't even have a railroad across this country. It's nuts what's happening. Everyone globally doesn't have enough money, can't afford food. There's hardly any water left, or far too much, and shelter. It's not a unique problem to Connecticut, say, or
he's picking on you, Kristen.
I can't remember where you're from, but it's not a unique problem anywhere. It's a uniquely universal problem for everyone. It's all you really have to do to get elected. Just become the most popular person and show people how, by voting for you, they will become wealthier. Because that's everyone's concern. News is a production, right? News isn't really what happened during the day. It's displayed as a common means to socially engineer society. You feel bad about it because somebody got run over by a car, therefore we need more stoplights. Or, any number of other different things. But news is a production, right? NPC has nothing but good news. How about you are going to be wealthier, and if you need to vote for the NPC, I think summer 2024 is going to be the year, baby. I think we're done.
It's going to be hard.
Anyway.
Well, everybody.
The ones that we pay attention to are really fucking off the fucking charts. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Wait till all that shit starts to migrate out of the Amazon. Because the Amazon is going to collapse. So what happens? What do you think happens to all the fucking little fire ants and all the little fucking bigaboos and the things that fucking swim up your pee stream into my penis? Like, what happens to those? They migrate. Exclusive from human beings. As they diminish, that stuff is going to come out. It's coming. And we can only capitalize on that by figuring out how to make money and rising to the top with the UPC. We can own a country. In a week, they got $10 million to take over a country. They fucking shut down the national borders.
That's true.
Like, it is so cheap and economical to
so
take
why
over
can't we do
Canada.
that for climate? Why can't we do it for the climate and the environment? Why can't we call it overshoot party?
That's where the propaganda comes in. That's what your mission is.
Yeah.
But display publicly in a produced version could look like something entirely different. That's what production is. Production is embedding a message into something that is generally accepted. I live in Thunder Bay, right? You might know that. So I have a little fleet of birds. So one day, because I talk to the birds all the time and the crows and whatnot, like I live right at the top of Lake Superior. So every single bird in North America flies across my house. So I feed them. And they're like little dinosaurs. So, like
they are little dinosaurs.
They are. I'll tell you what. One day it was so cool because I talked to them so much. The crows are just fascinated. They keep flashing dollar bills in front of them and telling me to go get them. They haven't brought me one yet.
You're crazy.
Like where I grew up, I was born right on the border. I speak fluent Americanese. Fluent.
We like that.
The big city was Detroit, and when I was a kid, the border was completely different. So if we wanted to see anything, we went to Detroit or Pontiac, Silverdome. Like I seen everything jumped over everything else, right? But of course, things are different now. And social engineering is what it's all about. And Mr. Trump was kind of an expert at that, at just being inflammatory. Up here, we have something called Rebel News, which follows the same program that Donald Trump does. And one of our politicians, Pierre Poilievre, is also trotting down that path. And then that one politician I mentioned earlier, Danielle Smith, who's all about oil and gas and Alberta's, and we got to separate from Canada because they're killing our business because Albertans are fucking useless unless it has oil in the word somewhere, which is not true. But according to Danielle Smith, it was, and they're in fear of being browned out. So we got to build an electrical plant fueled by oil and gas, which is like they had one of the biggest contingents at the most recent COP. Which is
they did.
Mind-boggling to me. Like the whole world is so bent and skewed, producing things that are bent and skewed as reality. It's not as far-fetched as it sounds. As a young boy, I also worked on an IBM 1657 making punch cards in COBOL.
I remember those days.
Yeah, that was grade 7. That was like in 1972-ish or something. I can't even remember when the fuck that was, but it was a long time ago.
Right.
And I saw all of this invented, and I got it. Like, my parents didn't understand that paying $100 or I can't remember what it was at the time to have somebody run a cable to your house to watch TV. Well, it's free. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Nothing.
But I got it, right? Like, I was a very early adopter for an iPhone. Well, I don't have one now. It's these things that are happening in society evolve out of our memories of what society was. And that memory comes from 100 years ago where everybody you looked at killed somebody or had a hand in killing somebody. And 50% of the population wore a hat like this.
Right.
Super Amish. But I just think the opportunity is there because of the skills that are encompassed by your little group here. we could produce something that would make money. Climate change is the focus, and we are extreme climate change. So that's kind of the commonality. So, like, I view all world events through the eyes of extreme climate change. I think Mr. Putin is directly fueled by climate change. He doesn't seem to care about anything else. He doesn't care about the SWIFT payment system, the American dollar, threatening to use nukes. Like, how do you exit from that stance? The exit from that stance is when extreme climate change happens and everybody is worried about how to feed their population rather than the atrocities that Mr. Putin is committing.
Right.
Like, that is his exit strategy.
Well, he ain't alone. There's a lot of atrocities to go around.
And I'm Joe Blow, right? I'm nobody. But I have known about climate change my entire life, and I've kind of, I blame my grandfather, and I should doubt whatever he said. Like, I remember the old Ice Age scare and Dr. Spock up there
and then they say
going
no.
into an Ice Age. And didn't ExxonMobil fuel that one up? Oh, Ice Age, Ice Age, Ice Age. Oh, and I still hear it today. Oh, you guys can't make up your mind. Ice Age, go